Are you serious? Are you serious? The Supreme Court has decided they are going to hear cases regarding the rights to bear arms or the Second Amendment. The U.S. Supreme Court is expected to decide this month whether to hear two cases seeking clarification on what the Constitution's framers intended in granting citizens the right to not only own but also to bear arms. Now, Lyle Dennison, a National Constitution Center advisor, writes on the Philadelphia Inquirer's website that the National Rifle Association has of late brought two cases before the Supreme Court challenging prevailing legal wisdom that while the Second Amendment grants U.S. citizens the right to own or keep arms, that right does not necessarily extend to their ability to bear arms outside of their personal residences. In one case, rooted in Texas, the NRA is reportedly challenging a state law permitting minors to own guns, but stipulating all the same that they are, in fact, too young to apply for and thus possess the license necessary to carry them in public. So, the explicit guarantee of the right to bear arms, which it says in our Constitution in a Second Amendment, would mean nothing. The NRA's filing in the Texas matter reportedly argues if it did not protect the right to bear arms outside of the home, where the amendment already guarantees that they may be kept. The most fundamental canons of Constitution forbid any interpretation that would discard this language as meaningless surplus. So in other cases, the NRA is reportedly challenging a decision rendered earlier by the Fifth U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals in New Orleans that upheld federal and state laws governing minors' access to guns. So while the Supreme Court affirmed the right to keep a firearm 6 years ago, it has reportedly refused in the ensuing case to take up the question of what exactly it means to bear arms and where one can carry them. So should the Supreme Court ultimately decide to hear the cases, the Inquirer reports that matters will likely be held over until the court's next term in October. They want to get past, of course, the general elections this 2014. Well, last year, one of my prophecies of 2013 was that they would try aggressively. They would try to get rid of the Second Amendment right, but they would fail. They would not accomplish it. And that's exactly what they did. They tried very hard all year, and they failed. But now this is 2014, and here we go again. The New World Order is rising.